Alright, now we move on to overview of school's purposes. So when we talk about school, the first thing come into our mind is about knowledge. We go to school, we basically to gain or to attend some knowledge from teachers, yeah, or from lecturers and so on. So that is very important to any society, to pass on knowledge from one generation to young generation. So number two, after you go to school, not only you learn certain subjects, for example, mathematics, language, and so on, but also we at school we try to actually to let you learn about society's values and also what kind of practices in our own society. Yeah, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, traditions, and the culture of society. So not only the subject academic subject per se, but also about society to pass on society's values. And number three, of course, when students grow older, yeah, they become adults, they need to work. So this is actually to prepare these children or students for the world of work. After that, school also play important roles as the intellectual, personal, and social development of young people, which at school we discuss, we learn, we share our knowledge, we contribute to corpus of knowledge and etc. So school also are places where school social activities where people meet each other, yeah, people learn from each other, people make friends, yeah, people play together, and people, and also we respect each other when we are in the social activities. So therefore, having said that, we also look schools as organization, as a sort of company, which help us to understand how they work and the challenges for leading and managing schools. It's not easy to manage. That's why we do have leaders, principal, we have assistant principal, we have teachers to make sure that they lead very well in school. Okay, so since we look at school as an organization, how it's structured, first and foremost, you can see here, it is about organization theories. Yeah, so that is in the effect of management, bureaucratic structures, technology to the system of motivation, learning established in organization. These are the thing of that we can do something research on the management, the bureaucratic structures at school. And at the same time also, as we can see here, organization is a social structure. So it has costs and also it have benefits. Yeah? And talking about the organization structure, so this is actually what people do, how they relate to each other in the organization, because in organization we work together from with people from different background or different expertise or different knowledge and skills. Yeah? And then so there is a word here, bureaucracy, which is a we so-called more structured organization. So in organization, bureaucracy is considered the most structured organization, which you can see here, each person is appointed to a position. For example, teachers, yeah, clerk, principal, and they have a very clear task and they relate to other officers, yeah, and according to fixed rules and procedures, they have standard operating procedure. At the same time, also they have a structure of reporting and also lines of accountability and accessibility, which all teachers have to report to principal, for example. And then work is done in uniform ways no matter who holds the office. So this is also based on the position, which in your position you have a description of job or task that you have to do. So even though you resign from teaching, a person who take your anyone who takes your position later, they will have the same way of doing work in the organization. Okay, so we talk about organization structure now. So they have hierarchy in any company. So the same thing also in school. We have, for example, a person A, a person B, C, D, and E, who have the position in organization. So A is the highest hierarchy, which is a boss here, which C, D, and E are reporting to A. And B also have a direct reporting to A. C, B, and C, D, and E, they are co-workers. They have the same responsibilities. So that is how the school works, when you can see they have very structured organization. And of course, most of the position here are bureaucracies, because they have to follow SOP, they have to follow the standard operating procedures, and they also have to follow the rules and regulations which are set by the company or organization. Okay, now we look at the organizational and school structure. So how we define culture of organization? It is defined as how the way things are done, and it's a nature, the norm of something. Things are done in that particular organization, which is have been said and also have been accepted by the people who work in that organization. And here we refers to the various aspects of life in the school. Okay, so culture has to do something with, the first is the values, beliefs, and attitudes of educators or teachers or learners and parents in that particular organization or institution or school. So the way how teachers or students dress also to school is very, very important. So, for example, at Unicel, we have a dress code that you have to follow, the dress code, yeah. So that is the way how we accept as a part of culture at Unicel. The next one, the way how people talk or speak to each other, also very important. Yeah? The way they talk, the way how they discuss, the way how they accept differences, also is very, very critical to show how the cultures play important role in that particular school. The next one, how quickly educators and learners go to class when a bell rings. Yeah? So it shows the aggressiveness of teacher, for example, the enthusiasm of teachers and students going to class, yeah, when the bell rings and so on. And the next one will be what count as work hard. Yeah? Work hard means your interest, your motivation, your the same objective that you would like to achieve. So that is, we call it work hard, work together as a teamwork. And when we are angry, for example, or we are happy, so how we express, how we accept others, how we respect others also, that is one part of the cultures. And the next one, rituals are an important part of a school culture. For example, we have assemblies, ceremonies, yeah, bacaan doa selamat, bacaan Yasin during on Friday, for example. We have a school uniform, we have songs of school, we have national anthem, we have a state song, and so on. These are actually so-called rituals which bring meaning or bring a symbolic to organization. The next one is culture and structure go together in an organization, and both must be addressed if organization is to be developed. So the culture that we portray and the structure how it works at school, that is very, very important for us to develop school culture and also school structure in that particular organization.